So I just got done writing in my journal, which I've been doing a lot lately, which has caused me to start thinking about why all of a sudden, this past month or two, I have been writing in my journal so much. And I think I've come up with an answer. Who knows if it's the real reason why I've been writing in my journal or not, but it seems to make sense in my head. And in the past, I've kept a journal on and off for the past 4 years or so. And it's always been kind of a struggle to keep it going. I'd write for a few days, take a couple weeks off, do a few days in a row, a couple weeks off, that kind of thing. I know a lot of people out there want to keep a journal, and they've experienced the same kind of struggle where they like the idea, it sounds great. Oh, I'm going to keep a journal, I'm going to keep these records of my thoughts and feelings and stories, but they just can't get into the habit of doing it. And I can relate to that, and I did the same thing for a long time. But this past month or two here, I've been writing in it almost every day, and it's been very easy. And the difference for me is that this time around, I've completely stopped trying to get something out of the journal writing. Okay, I'm not writing in my journal to figure things out or to answer questions or to glean insights. I'm not even writing in it to record my life or to be interesting. The only reason I write in my journal these days is because I enjoy the act of doing it. And I enjoy it so much because the journal is my place, it's my space. It's not for anybody else. It's just between me and myself, which is an interesting dynamic. And it's just a place for me to put down whatever I want. Whatever I'm feeling, no judgment. If I'm angry about something, I can write about it. If I'm ashamed of something, I can write about it. If I'm feeling good or confident or arrogant about something, I can write that too. I can draw in there, and it doesn't have to be good. I can do whatever I want. I could, I'm not saying I do this, but I could write poetry, I could write stories, I could write fiction, nonfiction. It's just whatever I want it to be. And it's not for any purpose. The only purpose of the journal is it's blank pages for me to write on. And I enjoy that process, and I enjoy that freedom that, for whatever reason, I decided to give myself when I started writing in this journal again. And actually, when I first started again, it really wasn't like that. It took me a couple weeks, and I was kind of doing that little struggle thing again with it. And I was like, why am I putting so much pressure on myself to write entries that are funny or interesting or insightful or profound? I was like, why am I doing that? Just write whatever I want. It doesn't matter. I may or may not go back and read these entries. I have done that a little bit, but really nobody else probably is. I mean, maybe somebody down the line, my daughter or a grandchild or something down the line will want to read it. I doubt that. And I would probably encourage them not to, because it's not that interesting. But it's not for that purpose. It's just for actually I just like the process of emptying out whatever's in my head. I think that's really the crux of it, and the real reason that I write in the journal now. And it's that freedom, that act of giving yourself the freedom to do that with no expectations or to live up to with whatever you're writing. That is the key for me to keep this journal writing thing going. And in that same spirit, if I don't want to write tomorrow, if I don't feel like it, it doesn't matter. I don't fret over it. A lot of people say, oh, I need to write in my journal. But, and if I'm going to write in my journal, it needs to be funny or interesting or profound. Well, I can't think of anything funny, interesting, or profound right now, so I'm not going to write in my journal. And now I'm going to be upset with myself because I didn't write in my journal today. It's just like, what are we doing? What are you doing? Just write in the journal and enjoy that permission that you've given yourself to write in the journal without any expectation of quality or writing anything of value. So it's become a totally easy process for me because it does not matter at all if I write in my journal tomorrow. But if I feel the urge to pick it up and pick up my pen, it's also not a problem at all because there's literally no weight put on the situation about what I write in there or draw in there or whatever I do in my journal. So just wanted to share that with you today because I've been going through this journal and I've almost filled up this journal here in the past month and a half or so. I don't know how many pages it is. It's not a small journal, and I'm writing on both sides of each page, and it's just been super easy to fill this thing up, and we'll see if that continues.